Sacramento Kings. Definitely Sacramento's in an interesting state right now with their franchise, with not really knowing what they're doing. They do have two pretty solid NBA players, definitely into Domantas Sabonis, and then, as you can see, a pretty fast decline in De'Aaron Fox, already an 83 overall in 2K now. It's pretty tough, and I'm going to try to at least put them in some sort of direction. I don't know, in this video, I'm just trying to make the playoffs, trying to win a championship, just trying to put them in a good spot right now. I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out in this video, so make sure you guys like the video. If you do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also make sure you comment down below another team I should do. I know you guys have been asking for like the Orlando Magic or the Indiana Pacers. Let me know if you want me to do that, or maybe try to do a sort of another, I don't know, fantasy style, title winning, I guess, rebuild, retooling of a team. That could be pretty fun. I just thought this one would be pretty fun because it is probably one of the tougher rebuilding challenges here in 2K right now, are the Kings. So, yeah. So this is just going to be the first year, just going to be simulating the entire season. Obviously, because the trade deadline in real life is already done, can't really do anything more to this team. So I'm just going to be simulating the season. And obviously, we didn't win. We didn't go to the playoffs. We did pretty bad, actually. Just showing you guys the sort of awards and the All-NBA teams. Domantas Sabonis did make an All-NBA team, which is very, very, very good to see, for sure. And then taking a look at the playoff picture, the Grizzlies actually made it into the #1 spot of the Western Conference, and the Atlanta Hawks, who are always a really good team in the 2K Sim engine, is the #1 seed in the East. And you also have really two really good playoff matchups there with the Nets and the Sixers and the Heat and the Celtics. So it's going to be very, very, very fun to watch for sure. Nothing too crazy, nothing too really out of the ordinary that I'm seeing here of the Western Conference, though. Oh wow, the Lakers took the Grizzlies to 7 games. That's the 8th seed. That's pretty crazy. I could definitely see that happening in real life, honestly. Then the second round, okay, Dallas with Luka Doncic, the MVP of the season, taking them to the Western Conference Finals, but not good enough to make the finals. We actually have a rematch of last year's finals, and the Milwaukee Bucks are the back-to-back NBA champions with, let me guess, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Finals MVP. But you know what? I don't care. No one asked. We are looking for the Kings, and right now we are trying to win the lottery, the NBA draft lottery. Taking a look at our odds, we are the 7th best odds to make it with the 1 pick. For some reason, in real life, I feel like whoever has the sixth best odds will jump and get the #1 overall pick in real life. I'm calling it right now. Whatever team has the 6th best odds will jump and get the #1 overall pick. Whoever that team is in real life, I'm gonna bet that they get the #1 overall pick. I just have a feeling in real life. But the Bulls are a team that, for some reason, never do all that great in 2K. They are down here as well with us. Oh my god. So the Pacers had the 10th best odds and they jumped. Here are the Blazers. Dang it. The Blazers stayed 9, but wow, the Pacers with the 10th best odds. I think they have a 1% chance actually of getting the #1 overall pick. And they jumped all the way up. That's pretty crazy. We didn't end up jumping though, which makes me very, very, very sad. But as you can see, we have our first move. And it is the rebuild move. I'm trading away De'Aaron Fox and the 8th overall pick to the Wizards, who are, I guess, trying to entice Bradley Beal on staying for the 3rd overall pick, trying to get some sort of rebuilding piece, trying to find some sort of cornerstone for this team to look forward to. And De'Aaron Fox is not that guy anymore. He's scamming fans out of NFTs. He's putting up, pointless 20+ point per games. Makes me very sad, but you know what? In this, it's not real life, so I don't have to feel bad. So with the 3rd overall pick, instead of picking up a power forward like Benchero, we do have Domantas Sabonis, who I love at that power forward position. I'm going with maybe a sleeper pick in the draft. Ivy, Jaden Ivy. Pretty good. Next little move we have going on here is maybe definitely actually more of a fantasy pickup than in my last trade. The De'Aaron pickup was actually kind of realistic. This one is not, with the Blazers building a win-now-ready team, trading away a young prospect in Nazir Little, who's playing pretty well, for a already established role guy who's basically just an older version of Nazir Little in Harris push of a season for them. Now, trading away De'Aaron Fox means that I need a new starting point guard, which is pretty rough. Now, of course, if I was doing a unrealistic rebuild, I would just sign Kyrie Irving or James Harden and poof. That's the end of the video. I'd probably win a title. But trying to make this realistic and fun, it's a lot tougher to think about. So I ended up actually scrolling down a little bit here at the two guard positions, and we have here Colin Sexton, who definitely is a player like, De'Aaron Fox, but I think I'm just gonna pick him up, do a little bit of a sign and trade, just try to flip him sometime in this rebuild. He's still very young, he can grow as a player, and I think he does get sometimes in some rebuilds. Obviously, they're all different in every single year. I can get him up to almost like a 90 overall if you play him enough minutes and get him on the right team. He can actually get pretty good, so I'm gonna try my best to sort of get him up there and flip him for maybe another point guard. So this is the team at the end of, I guess, the start of the year. We have Sexton at the 1, Ivy at the 2. I did re-sign a couple guys, obviously with Dante DiVincenzo, Davion Mitchell. Very excited to see what he can do this season, coming off the bench as our 6th man. And yeah, doing pretty good with the rebuild. I think the start of this rebuild is pretty good, pretty sad. I think it just really sort of falls on what we can get with this flip of Colin Sexton. If we can get anyone good, definitely should be pretty interesting. I just want to see where at least we can sit in the playoff standings, especially with some players progressing throughout the season. And definitely, even at the start of the year, you can see we're actually doing pretty good. Surprisingly, at least to me, it's pretty surprising. Taking a look at halfway through the season, we're the 3rd seed, which, my God, kind of blew my mind when I first did this rebuild. I had no idea that we could even do something like that, but yeah, pretty insane. Obviously in 2K, the Clippers, the Warriors, the Lakers, all like the solid NBA teams. Even the Warriors suck in 2K, so it makes it easier for us to be good. But yeah, looking pretty wild. I mean, look at that. Even the Bulls suck. Oh wait, they lost Zach LaVine. Oh no. Wonder where he went. And then with the Brooklyn Nets, all of their big 3 fully healthy, they're not really doing a whole lot, which again is sort of the regular 2K thing to do. The Indiana Pacers are looking pretty good, obviously, with having the rival trade, I guess you can call it, with Tyrese Halliburton. Looking pretty good over there, but yeah, 3rd seed, not bad. You can see the player points per games. Ivy looking pretty good, not gonna lie. Which I was calling him Jalen, by the way. His name's Jaden, not Jalen. Jaden Ivy, my bad. Davion Mitchell off the bench looking good, and again with Colin Sexton, kind of having a pretty solid year. I couldn't really find any, crazy trades for him, especially when trying to find another point guard to replace him with. I mean, of course, I'd love to have like a Alonzo Ball or someone like that. It's still, again, very unrealistic, and we're trying to think of a realistic trade. It's kind of hard to sort of pick one out. So again, I might just sort of keep her around and see where we end up at the end of the season, just to see what happens. MVP this year, you guessed it, Luka Doncic. I don't know, for some reason in 2K, I think they buffed him again because he's putting up literally like 40-point triple-double averages, which is just absolutely insane even for a unrealistic NBA 2K simulation. Kind of sad we didn't really get anyone into the All-NBA teams, which again really sucks, but I think this year is definitely more of like developing players, and then next season we can try to see what we can actually, build on a team. Well, actually, never mind, we have Domantas Sabonis here, by the way. I always forget about the sort of triple-double aspect he has. And again, it really sucks that you could probably have Domantas Sabonis as a 99 overall in 2K, and he still won't be sort of like a superstar player. He doesn't really win you a lot of games in 2K, having him be your best player. So again, with this rebuild, just still trying to find that go-to guy is probably what we're really looking for. But we are in the playoffs. We have a pretty good matchup. I guess we can see what we can do here. The Bucks are the 8th seed in the East. That's pretty dangerous, but we have a matchup against the Minnesota Timberwolves, which again, very favorable. We could actually win this. 2 very young teams that sort of have good trajectories. Well, at least we do now. Definitely not in real life NBA terms. taking a look at the Timberwolves team, don't really have anyone super crazy. It's pretty much just the regular Timberwolves team, but man, having, Anthony Edwards and Karl Towns as your duo, definitely a step above, I would say, Domantas Sabonis and Colin Sexton, I would say. I mean, look at this. Colin Sexton can't even have a really good start to a game, which really sucks. Davion Mitchell, though. Should I be starting Davion Mitchell? Should Davion Mitchell be the new starting point guard for the Sacramento Kings? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what after the season what I do, but man, yeah. I mean, look at this. We can't catch a break, man. So we end up losing this. We get upset by the Timberwolves, which it's not even an upset, really. This is definitely the hardest rebuild in 2K to do, especially if you're doing a realistic rebuild like I am. You don't have a lot of options on what you can do, but again, this is more of a development year. I think we definitely developed a lot of good players, and I feel like Jaden Ivey is going to be even better for us next season. So he's sort of like the bright end of this entire season going to basically waste, which kind of sucks. And I guess also the re-emergence, I guess you can call it, of Colin Sexton. Maybe I could find a better trading partner for him. I think that could be really nice for us as well in the offseason. But anywho, we have the Timberwolves going up against the Dallas Mavericks, and Luka Doncic absolutely destroying them. But not enough to make it past them. But we have the Memphis Grizzlies and the 76ers, which, if you know in 2K, it's actually pretty crazy that they even made it to the finals because they usually suck. And Memphis takes care of them pretty easily, obviously with John Morant being at 93 overall now. You definitely love to see it. But they're definitely another pretty obvious team that's always good in 2K. But another failed season, and we don't even have a draft lottery to look forward to. We're kind of just in this purgatory of not really knowing what we can do. So we have, I guess, free agency to look forward to in the NBA draft, and the thing I do know is that the Denver Nuggets in that playoff race also got first rounded, and maybe them looking in a different direction. Maybe I could be looking in a different direction, and I think I'm going to take the chance and pick up Jamal Murray, who I feel like the play style alongside Domantas Sabonis would be absolutely amazing. So I traded away our first round pick this season and Colin Sexton for Jamal Murray. I feel like that more of a shooting stretch ability that Jamal Murray has, creating a lot more space for Sabonis to sort of facilitate on, is going to be amazing for us. Also, the next big play, adding some more, I guess, power in the paint. I'm picking up Clint Capella to be a little bit more of a lockdown defensive center, having Domantas Sabonis there playing that big power forward role. I don't really like him being center. I really like a really defensive-minded guy behind him, backing him down in the paint. Picking up that in Clint Capella, I think makes sense, and also makes sense for the Hawks being the number one seed 2 years in a row in the 2K simulation. Adding some more depth to that team might be what they'd be looking for. So at the start of this year, definitely a better spot than last season, with another big pickup, Jeremy Grant, who's on probably his ladder of his NBA career, signing with us for a little bit over $10 million a year, which is pretty nice. Gonna get him in sort of the twilight of his career. And yeah, Jamal Murray, Jeremy Grant, Domantas Sabonis, Clint Capella with a up-and-coming Jaden Ivey player to sort of build around him, scoring in bunches. I feel like I built this team pretty good. I feel like we actually, I don't know, maybe have a chance. I mean, we don't have a superstar player, which again, I don't think without drafting a player, Sacramento can get a sort of superstar cornerstone piece. I think just building around with depth and pieces here and there can really make a big splash, and that's sort of what I did in this rebuild. So just showing you guys, no help, no anything like that, no funny business. We are the number one seed in the basically NBA. And was definitely not expecting that. We had the Denver Nuggets here and the Phoenix Suns at the 2 seed. Taking a little bit more of a look. I feel really bad for the Dallas Mavericks because whoever controls them in the 2K sim never builds a good team around Luka. And Luka's just like the best player probably in the 2K sim engine, and they never really build a good team around him. You have the Bulls and the Clippers at the bottom of each conference, which is kind of sad, and also kind of low. You have the Nets and the Bucks, who are both teams that struggle a lot in the NBA 2K sim Hawks, the Atlanta Hawks, for the third year in a row, are the number 1 seed as of right now in the Eastern Conference. Man, that's crazy. And also, the reason why the Bulls suck is because Zach LaVine actually is now on the Washington Wizards with a returning John Wall as well, which is definitely pretty crazy. I would actually definitely love to see John Wall retire over there. I think that'd be pretty sick. And then you have a nice little young squad over there with the Detroit Pistons. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. There's sometimes a team that can be pretty dangerous if you let them get there, I guess. Taking a look at the scoring output of our team for this current season, we actually have Jamal Murray as our top leading scorer, which is pretty sick, with Ivy right behind him. Domantas Sabonis, obviously, and actually Jeremy Grant doing a lot more than what I thought he was going to be doing. That's for sure. It's really nice to see that. And also the development of all of our young sort of core guys like Little and Davion Mitchell also putting up some good numbers. So like I said, definitely not going to be getting a superstar here in Sacramento, but I feel like with the depth and, good team play, I feel like we can at least put our team in a better position than what we did at the start of the video, so I'm definitely pretty proud of that. Taking a look at the final year here, we have Mobley actually winning defensive player of the year. That's pretty sick. And Drayman winning 6-man. That's, most improved. I've never really seen that before, but Dwayne Casey, our Coach Juan, Coach of the Year. Luka Doncic, MVP, and All-NBA first team, and no duh. Win it season as the 1 seed, and obviously the other Hawks have as well. Again, I feel like the Hawks are just probably the new up-and-coming team in the East. They're always going to be that 1 seed for some reason. It's pretty crazy. No Bucks though, and no Nets either for the East and for the West. Pretty much your typical party guys, but the Pelicans barely making the playoffs this year, which is pretty crazy. Which sucks for us because we have to face them as the 8 seed. Crazy Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson team. See what we can do against them. Oh god, it's 1-1. Yeah, this is literally the worst matchup possible. 2-1. Okay, please go up 3-1. Okay, thank you, thank goodness, okay. That definitely could have gone a bunch of different ways, but thankfully, like I said, Jamal Murray with the play of Domantas Sabonis, I feel like that's a perfect sort of guard, sort of big man combo you can have there. Kind of like a poor man's Nikola Jokic, if you want to think of it in that way, but pretty good. We are also going up against the Phoenix Suns in the second round. Oklahoma City Thunder, though, looking pretty fire here. Obviously, with the development of a lot of their young guys like Josh Giddey and whatnot. Definitely a pretty crazy team, but they had to go against the Grizzlies. Over in the East, we have the Hornets, who built actually a pretty good squad. Then the over here in Miami, nothing too crazy, but pretty cool. Let's see if we can at least make it to the conference finals in this video. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. 2-0. 2-1. Come on. There we go. Yeah, come on, Kim. Yeah. Hey, if I'm being completely honest, for this being probably the hardest rebuild, I think I got at least a mission accomplished, I would say. Yeah, that's definitely a crazy matchup with the Thunder and the Memphis Grizzlies. That's for sure. Over in the East, we have the Boston Celtics. Definitely just look like the regular Boston Celtics, but they're going against the Miami Heat. So if I had to put my money on it, I'd probably have to say Boston would probably come out on that. We're going against the Thunder, which again, I don't think they really have the sort of maybe, I don't know, experience to make it past us. Even I guess we wouldn't either, but at least we've been in the playoffs many times before. And it looks like we're up against the Boston Celtics in the NBA Finals. Davion Mitchell, man, he might be the sneaky MVP of this video. Definitely coming out on top a lot. And again, with Jamal Murray, that pickup may have also really helped us make this big push that we are in this season. Domantas Sabonis all the way up to 91 overall, almost averaging a triple-double, man. That is just insane. And then Jaden Ivey, also very good progression, up 6 points at the start of this rebuild. That's definitely pretty crazy. But yeah, like I said, Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. We do win game 1, which is pretty good. I will say they definitely have the sort of star power aspect over us, obviously with Sabonis versus, Jason Tatum. That's a pretty tough one there. But series tied at 1 apiece. They go up 2-1. Oh god, please, we have to win game 4, please. Yes. Oh my god, this is actually really close. Usually these course. Give this video a like, maybe, for some good luck. Wow, 3-2, Boston. Oh man, that's pretty crazy. Jalen Brown had a terrible game 5. See what happened in game 6. Oh my god. Of course it comes down to a game 7. Please, we gotta bring a title to Sacramento. Please. I beg. Oh man, we actually got destroyed that game as well. That's definitely not good. Okay, final game. Come on. I failed. I could not bring a title to Sacramento. That makes me sad. But you know what? I can't win them all. And I haven't won them all. It looks like I might have failed this rebuild, guys. But you know what? I at least think I completed the objective, which is just put them in a good spot. And I think I really did, obviously, with Murray and Sabonis still being around the same age, somewhat pretty young. And even with all the other good young pieces, I feel like if I did another year, I would probably win the championship. And I feel like that's pretty obvious. But anyways, like I said, I feel like that was somewhat of a successful video. But you know what would make this even more of a successful video is a fun ending. And you know what? I think moving this team from Sacramento up to Seattle would be maybe a more fun ending to this video. So you know what? Instead of winning a title, I ended up just moving them to Seattle, making them maybe a little bit more of a movable, I guess, free agent destination. Maybe some better free agents will end up coming there to Seattle, the new Seattle Sonics. Maybe they could even stay as the Seattle Kings. I don't know, but yeah, guys, let me know down in the comments how I did. Other teams I should try. I know you guys really want to see the Pacers or the Magic. I know I'll get around to them very, very, very soon. Probably next Sunday would probably be the Pacers. And yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. And I'll see you again in my next video. Very, 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 very soon. Alright, guys.